is scheduled to exit its bailout at the end of this year, but 5 years into its plan, it's still not quite ready. With Greek voters deciding Sunday, the result depends on which party voters think will actually end austerity and return the country to growth. Filio Kontrafouri has more from Athens.
It has been so huge and painful that perhaps no democratic country could sustain such program without shocks. It was Greece's bailout that gave rise to the once marginal leftist cities opposition, which won the European Parliament election in May. The pressure on the government became tremendous as it was plunging in opinion polls because of its unpopular policies.
And at that time, I think there was a huge mistake made by the Prime Minister, who decided to adopt more or less the line of the opposition party and say that this is the end with our adjustment program. We will go to international markets. We do not need the existing economic policies of the European Union and our European partners. And there he missed the boat.
Greece's creditors saw that the government was focusing more on politics than enforcing the program. A possible power change stalled talks between the two. To end political instability, the Prime Minister brought the presidential vote forward, which triggered a snap election. But the presidential vote had already determined the course of the economy and the bailout.
For these reasons, the political instability, the lack of state revenue in the fourth quarter, though we don't have the official numbers yet, I think the economy will not have the same dynamic force as before. The government saw this, but they couldn't do much. The fact that there was the milestone for the presidential election to be held in February at the latest had practically put a freeze on everything.
The budgetary consolidation Greece has been asked to enforce to save its economy has been difficult to do politically, and governing parties have paid a heavy price for imposing a fiscal program that had been far from perfect.
From time to time, Greece's creditors have admitted that there have been missteps in the country's rescue program. One of the creditors, the IMF, said that one of the biggest problems has been excessive optimism about growth.
And most experts say that Greece's rescue program was unbalanced and its fiscal targets have been set too high.
After 6 years of recession and 5 years of austerity to present in 2015, a primary surplus of 6 to 7 billion is something that must change. This cannot continue. Greece has already taken fiscal measures worth about 70 billion euros in the last 4 years. Every household is dry from cash, and there is no possibility to enforce such strong austerity.
According to Lukas Tsoukalis, Greeks are also to blame for the inability to steer Greece out of the woods.
The biggest impediment to economic development in Greece is the Greek state. The Greek state, which is both inefficient, clientelistic, and with elements of corruption. Now, this is precisely what you need to reform, and there the reform has been extremely slow in the last 4 or 5 years.
But no matter who wins Sunday's election, there will be very little time for the new government to bring the rescue program on track and balance between a dismayed people and its demanding lenders. Filio, Kontrafouri, CCTV, Athens.